Hello, my lovelies. Happy Friday. I want to apologize, first of all, for the image not being very clear because what time is it? 4 o'clock. So it's getting late, it's getting night. The daylight is not very good. And this is a pre-recording video because I started the process of moving house. So I didn't want to fail you, ladies. And I wanted to come live and do my lives. But in this process of moving home, with 5 people and moving everything, I just needed to pre-record this. So I apologize in advance for the lack of good image. So yeah, today I'm going to talk about how you can discern your inner guidance from emotional chaos. And I'll give you 5 techniques to help you connect with your inner guidance. So first of all, it's important to, again, distinguish. It's important to distinguish what really is inner guidance and what is emotions. Because if you don't know what intuition or inner guidance looks like or what it is, how can you discern if what you are listening is your inner guidance or is just your emotions being in this turmoil and feeding you things that are not for your best interest, right? So intuition is a subtle vibration, it's the energy of the consciousness that comes from divine spirit, from your higher self, from your inner compass, your inner guidance. That's intuition. Emotion, as I covered last week, emotion is energy in motion. Emotion, energy in motion. But when you are too caught up in the emotion, how you are feeling, all you can hear really is noise. All you can hear is noise because then the emotions start feeding thoughts and thoughts will start feeding your emotions. And all of a sudden, you just can't hear your inner voice, which is very quiet, right? You can't hear your intuition. It's very quiet. And when the noise is too much, you can't hear it. You block it. Intuition moves in different directions. So if you get intuitive nudges that feels like moving you forward, it will give you positive emotions. It will make you feel calm. It feels easy, that it flows. But intuition can also be protective. So it will give you an energy that feels backwards, direction feels backwards. And this is when your energy field closes off, when you might get stuck, but also is when your energy is trying to protect you. Is when you feel like things are not moving. You feel this retraction, like your gut and your heart retracts. That's when you feel like it's when your intuition is trying to protect you from something and just not moving you forward. It's just moving you backward, like, hang on, step back. Let's see how, this is not safe. It's not for your highest good. And then this is not really a direction, but it's just when you are in this wait phase. So you have the moving forwards, the intuition when it moves forwards, give you that direction. You have the intuition when it gives you direction to go backwards, when something doesn't feel safe and is for your best interest to protect you. And then there is this in between, which is the wait. And here is when there isn't enough information for you to make a decision. is when it's time to just sit with your emotions and wait for a sign, wait for a direction, wait for more information. So this is how the intuition works, because the intuition is this inner guidance that is a quiet feeling. It's like an inner knowing. You know, it doesn't shout in your head, it doesn't feed you with fear. But even when the energy is backwards, even when the energy is to wait, it doesn't feel scary. It just feels like, okay, something is not right, or I'm still not 100% yes, I will wait. But you feel certain in your decision, right? You feel certain in your inner knowing, your inner feeling. That's how the intuition works. Emotion, on the other hand, bounces around. You wake up feeling one thing, and then an hour later you feel another thing. By nighttime you might be feeling another thing. So it just bounces around. Emotion is very agitated, it's very inconsistent, it's very unpredictable. And then it can generate, when you don't ground yourself and you don't create space for your inner voice, you know, what happens is this emotion will create a lot of talking, a lot of talking, a lot of noise, a lot of doubt. It will bring doubts, a lot of questions. You start asking, like, okay, how can I be sure it's going to be like that? Or how can I know that? You know, your emotions are so involved in the things that you want to decide that it will awaken a lot of triggering, a lot of shame, a lot of judgment, a lot of guilt. It doesn't feel good. It feels uncomfortable. So in order to be able to hear your inner voice and your inner guidance, you need to calm your emotional chaos. Last week, I talked about how feelings and emotions are such an important part of the process of manifestation. But that is when you are certain about the feelings that you want to feel, and when you want to nurture positive feelings, when you want to nurture things that are for your highest good, things that you are really desire, right? What I'm talking about here today is, yes, don't repress, don't reject, don't ignore your emotions. But it's really important that when you notice that your emotions are getting too much, that are getting too much in the way, that are stopping you from making decisions with clarity, and that are blocking your intuition, it's really important to just step back, ground yourself, reflect on why you're feeling those emotions in such a higher state. So then you can create the space to hear your inner voice. Okay, that's the difference here. So, as I promised, there are a few techniques that you can do in order to quiet that emotional chaos. And it's the word, is chaos. Emotions is energy, motion, and it's all about, you know, it's amazing and it's good and it's needed. But when it becomes chaos, that's when we need to step back, quiet it, so we can open the channel for the intuition, for the inner guidance. Okay. So, first of all, and this is really important, it might trigger some people. So, if you notice that you've been triggered about this, take radical responsibility and be completely honest about why you've been triggered with this. Okay. So, the first thing I want you to ask yourself is, if you really want that your intuition guide you, like, do I really want my intuition to guide me, or do I really want my intuition to agree with me? Are you truly, seriously, really available to hear the voice of your intuition and be guided? Are you truly available for that? be completely honest about these questions with yourself. No judgment here. Even with yourself, please be kind, be compassionate. Don't judge yourself, right? It's really important that you don't. But it's equally very, very important that you take responsibility and be completely honest with yourself, because sometimes we think that we want something, but our own resistance and lack of honesty with ourselves block us from achieving it. You know, it might be the connection with intuition, it might be changing jobs, it might be finding love, you know, it doesn't matter what it is. But most times, the things that are getting in our own ways ourselves, because we are not being completely honest. And if you are being triggered, when I ask you, are you truly open to be guided for your intuition? Are you really open to that? Are you truly ready for intuition to guide you, or you just want your intuition to agree with you? If you feel triggered about this, it's not about me. These questions are triggering something deep down, some insecurity in you. And it's really important that you tune into that and try to understand why. Why are you hiding your true intentions from yourself? What are you really scared about? Are you scared that your intuition guides you somewhere that you are afraid to go? Are you really afraid to be open to your intuition and embody your spirituality because you've been in the spiritual closet for so long? Are you really scared that other people find that out about you? You know, try to dig deep. Try to dig deep about this. And if you feel triggered, it's just a sign that something there that needs to be explored and healed. Don't project those triggers onto other people or onto me because I'm asking you those questions. Really be honest with yourself. I know a lot of people come to me or other psychics or do their own readings, tarot readings, oracle readings, with questions, but what they really want is not exactly guidance. What they really want is just validation for what they are feeling. And when the guidance that comes, which is really what the cards want you to know, not what you want to hear. And I have that on my listings. When you book a reading with me, there is a disclaimer there that, you know, the cards give you what you need to know, not what you want to know or want to hear. It's what you need. But most people use these divination tools with the intention of getting validation for what they are feeling, for why they are failing, for why things are not working, rather than really being open to the guidance that they receive and taking that in. So it's really important to ask those questions. Am I truly open? Am I truly available for guidance, for my inner guidance? So that's the first technique. The second technique is, if you really want your intuition to guide you, if you get to that conclusion that, yes, maybe I'm not that open, but I will be open from now on, the next step is to ask for guidance. You have to ask. Are you supposed to have the guidance if you don't ask for it, right? So you just have to ask for guidance. Because with uncertainty comes stress, comes overwhelm, comes worry, anxiety, and of course, you guessed it, emotional chaos. So we want to avoid that. It's really important to declutter that emotional chaos that you're going through. And any stagnant negative energy that keeps you in a loop and keeps you stuck. It's really important that you declutter that on an emotional and spiritual level. So what helps with this is start by naming out loud the things that you are afraid of right now. right now in this moment, not in the past, not in the future, right now, what are you really afraid of? Because what you're going to realize is not that it is the fear that is holding you back. It's not the fear that is holding you back. What you're going to realize is that it's hiding that fear from you and from other people that is blocking your access to your intuition. That is the thing that is holding you back. Is when you're not honest with how you really feel. It's not when you are open and vulnerable about it. Vulnerability is power. So yeah, name all those things. And when you like name 2 to 3 fears, don't get a list of 20. 2 to 3 fears is good. When you come to it and name 2 to 3 fears, look at something in front of you. Anything, whatever is in front of you. Breathe in, breathe out, and notice how that fear makes you feel. And then say, I am okay right now. I am safe. Because by naming your fears, you are actually releasing them from your body. You're moving it around. You are releasing that stuck energy, that toxic energy, just by naming those fears, recognizing them, notice them, and then say, I am safe. I'm okay right now. You can go. Okay, that's another technique. The third technique is to name all the things that in this moment you are angry about, you feel jealous of, you feel insecure about, all the limiting beliefs that you recognize that you have, that you are aware that you have, and all the things that you feel resentful about. Again, no judgment, a lot of compassion. No one is going to judge you, and please don't judge yourself. It's again about being completely honest with yourself and then taking radical responsibility for what you are feeling. There is no right or wrong way of feeling, but it's really important that you just open the door and welcome in the things that you feel afraid or scared or ashamed of showing off. We all feel jealous about something. We all feel resentful about something. We all feel angry about something. It's just being honest with ourselves. Yes, I feel angry about that person or that behavior or this or that. Because when we name it and when we invite those things, it's not like we're inviting them, we just notice them. Because it's just like a dog or a child. They make mischief, they become naughty when they don't have attention, right? They become louder, they break things, they chew things. If he's a dog, if he's a child, cries a lot, does all the behaviors that you taught them not to do because they want your attention. And it doesn't matter. They don't distinguish if it's good attention or bad attention. They don't know. As long as you look at them and shout at them and give them attention, you are feeding their need. And it's the same with all these negative feelings. They need to be noticed, to be acknowledged, and then they will not be there, putting weight on your shoulders, because you basically telling them, I see you. I know you're there. I see you. And it's okay. Just go on. I release you. There's such a purging practice. It's so powerful. So try that and let me know how you get on with it. And then tip number 4, and I do these all the time, I like this, is take a shower with the intention of washing out all the negative energy and emotions. Water has always been a symbol of cleansing and purification. It's always been. Water is related with emotions. We cry, tears. Tears are water. Our body is 90% made of water. We die faster, not by being hungry, but if we are dehydrated, right? All of these things. We are baptized. How we get purified? Water, holy water. So water has always been a symbol of cleansing and purification. And if you want to kind of heighten this practice a little bit more, what I do is, like, when I'm showering, I use the water of the shower and I put it into like a container or a bowl or something, and I put a few rocks of salt. Sometimes I use normal, not table salt, but like food salt. Sometimes I use that. Sometimes I use Himalayan salt if I have a home. Just mix it and then not put in your hair, because obviously your hair no. But what I do is I breathe in and out, I relax my body, and then I go with that water in the container and I just do it on my shoulders, on my right shoulder, on my left shoulder, and then my limbs. And as I do it, I say, I release. I release all the toxicity. I release all the negativity. So that's what I do. You can just with shower water if you want to just, make it stronger, because salt is protection and I use it. I don't do it like every time. I used to do it twice a year, like every 6 months. But it's good when you feel like you feel like too heavy and you feel like there are so much negative emotions, perhaps from the environment you are in. We absorb as empaths, we absorb other people's emotions and energy as well. So it's a good way of cleansing our energy fields, our chakras. I just don't do it on my hair because, salt and hair, it's not very good, but do what it feels right to you. It's just another technique that I use, and I just wanted to share it with you. And whilst you are doing that, actually tune in and ask, what is my intuition saying? Listen to the energy and how that makes you feel. Because if your intuition is the thing that is talking, you will hear an immediate yes. You will feel harmonious and calm. It's just like all of a sudden something clicks and it just feels true. That's why so many people feel like they have the best ideas when they are in the shower. And that's so true. Like when we are in the shower, I don't know, there's something about having the water running through you and the listening of the water and stuff that you think and you get inspired and you channel things. I can't explain. And that's why so many people say that they have the best ideas when they are in the shower, because that is the thing. Your intuition connects with you during this cleansing process. So just ask yourself, what is my intuition saying? And then just tune in and you will feel that just instant no, it feels true, it feels exciting, it's just, and you feel calm and harmonious. It's really, really really good. And yeah, technique number 5 is that in your day-to-day life, when you have to make a decision, remove yourself from any tense environment or from the people that you're around with. Not to say that all the, like, I can't remove myself from my husband and my kids, right? What I mean is, when I have to make an important decision and I really need to tune in and make space to connect with my intuition, I remove myself to a quiet room. I cleanse it with sage or with incense, I do some breathing just to clear the energy field and to allow me to not be absorbing other people's emotions or energies. Not to say that they have bad emotions or energies, but to say that I want to tune in with my emotions.
with my energy. So it's really important that you remove yourself from the environment. Doesn't mean that it's toxic. It just means that, if you want to have that true connection and really listening to your intuition, it's really important that you clear just your energy field and just connect really with your true feelings and vibration. And then yeah, just create space to go silent and to connect with your intuition, to ask for guidance. Ask directly to your soul, what do I really want to know? What am I truly available for? Am I willing to do something different? And then just check for the response that feels true. Don't overthink it. Normally, your intuition is the first thing that comes to mind. It might be words, it might be images, it might be symbols. So just tune in with it. The first thing, and with the feelings, how it makes feel true and good to you. And with any of these techniques, every time you're doing any spiritual practice, any intuitive work, it's really important that you drink plenty of water. Again, water being the symbol of cleansing and purification, but also hydrating your body. Again, our bodies are 90% of water. It's really important that we nurture our body, we nourish our body, we hydrate our body with water, especially because intuitive work and spiritual work can take away a lot of our energy, and we replace that energy by hydrating our bodies. So that's really important. I hope this little training was useful to you. Let me know in the comments how useful is that? If you felt triggered with any of the inquiries that I asked, if you are going to try any of the 5 techniques I mentioned, and if it was helpful. Yeah, let me know. I would love to hear from you. I wish you a lovely week. As I'm standing now, I'm not recording anything else. I will come live. I'm hoping to come live by the next week, Friday. Uh, Everything should be settled. But if not, and something happens in between that I don't yet know, I will be recording a video, or I'll do just a quick live to come here to you and share my intuitive knowledge with you. So yeah, I wish you a lovely weekend, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.